because I didn't have guidance as a teenager. I wasn't, I didn't have a man in my life to tell me, to do the right thing. So when I was supposed to take my SATs, I was out having fun, partying. So I got dropped from a lot of big name schools, and Northern Illinois was the only one that stepped up and took me. I went there, I had fun, but again, no focus. I played football, but I forgot about going to school. I hung out with seniors and had fun, So I lost my scholarship, and I wasn't going home and telling everybody I lost my scholarship. There was no way in the world, because they'd be like, oh, you're a failure. I didn't really have that great of a family situation with my adopted people. So I was sitting on a bench at the bus stop, and I remember, you ever remember that sign, "We want you"? And I said, well, let's go see how the military is. So I went into the Navy. I said, how long would it take for me to get out of here? And they said, 3 days. And I said, okay, I'm good. So I joined the military and I became a hospital corpsman. And I thought it was because I was going to meet a lot of girls, but they tricked me and sent me to Camp Pendleton, California, and made me a field medic. So I was stationed with the Marines for 6.5 years. I went to Iraq a couple times, and then I came back, met my ex-wife, got married, had a couple kids. Things went sour there. I took my daughters and we went back to Michigan. Hey, I'm happy, free sports, you know what I'm saying? Look at TV, you get to see the Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, and Lions every week. Well, I was working for General Motors. Well, not really General Motors. I was working for a company, a subsidiary company for General Motors. We built truck beds, and everything was fine. And then, like 3 years ago, the car industry crashed, which everybody probably knows. And they laid off like 50,000 people in like a week. I was one of those 50,000 people. Just like that, I was homeless. I lived with this girl. She didn't, accept the fact that, now I couldn't pay all her bills. I had to send my daughters back to their mother. And I didn't take it that well. I've never been a person that had, like a lot of friends. I've always been a loner. I've always been by myself. Some people would say I was mean. My daughters wouldn't, but everybody else besides them would. So once they were gone, I started fighting a lot. Going to bars and, pretty much I would instigate you into fighting with me, I'd make you throw the first punch and then I'd get it in. So I had a good run with that till this one judge was a little smarter than me, and he kind of said, Mr. Tiller, you've been in court like 7 times straight, and it's always self-defense. You're always the victim. He said, I think you're smarter than we think you are, and you're starting these fights. You just don't throw the first punch. And I looked at him and I was like, oh man, he figured it out. So he said, I'm not gonna send you to jail, but I'm gonna send you to have a psychological evaluation because you served so many years in the military, and Blase Skippy, they gave me the benefit of the doubt because I've never been in trouble before. So I went up to Washington, D.C. to the psych ward for 32 days. Wow, that was not cool. And this guy was in there and he told me about McVet. And he was like, but with your attitude, there's no way you can make it in McVet because, you're too mean and you don't listen to anybody. And I was like, yeah, okay. Well, that was a challenge. Nobody tells me I can't do something. So I went up to McVet and it was hard at first, do what you're told, do what you're told. Excuse me, I'm not really too much on doing what I'm told. I do what I want. Well, I went and took a physical. And the doctor told me I was morbidly obese. And that hurt. I was a football star. I was I used to be ripped. I got pictures. Morbidly obese? Me? So I used to see the back of my feet people join, you know what I'm saying, circle up every morning, and and I really was like, I didn't have any friends in the event, you know what I'm saying? I was a loner still. So I went out and I joined, And the first morning I remember coming out 5:15 in the morning, and they were all smiling and happy and hugging each other. It's 5:15 in the morning, what's wrong with them? But I ran the first mile, and it was all right. So I came back out to, that following Friday, and I ran 2 miles. That didn't go so well. I realized why the doctor said I was morbidly obese. So as it went forward, I just kept coming back. And things just started clicking. I started being nicer to people. I don't know. The running part of it is, it's good, exercise. It's good, mentally, spiritually, to get up in the morning and run. But it's the people. You guys don't, I can't express how much these people are so cool. To come 30, 50, 60, some lady used to drive all the way from Pennsylvania, to Baltimore every morning to run with me. I didn't think I was that special, but I'm not. They are, and they grew on me. I kept running. Somehow, this guy named Peter and this lady named Teresa convinced me to try to run a marathon. So I trained for this Delaware marathon, and wow. I trained, and I went to run it, but my knees went bad, my shoulder hurt. I didn't finish. Man, I've never not finished anything. And it ate at me, it really did. It ate at me. So